Hey guys, Jacob here. This is another 1.8.3 build video for the Division. This is going to be my damage pulse build for Tactician. I'm going to get right into the build and show you guys. This is my 5-piece Tactician with Inventive Backpack. I'll get right into the weapons and show you guys right away. As you guys can see, I'm running the House, Deadly and Responsive Card Counter. This gun is not important at all unless you have Talented and Competent. I would completely ignore this and run something else. But at the moment, it's just kind of there because I don't really have anything else to substitute it. So it's just there to be there. Here are the mods on it if you guys really want to see. They're pretty much all the same, but this weapon is, you can just ignore it. The main weapon of this build, which I use, is the Lightweight M4 with Talented, Intense, and Competent. You could have something like Talented, Competent, and Responsive, which I've been trying to get, but my Lux is complete shit, and I don't have that many skill, weapon talent guns, so this is what I'm using. I'll go over the mods and show you guys the Pro Red Dot Sight, crit damage, headshot damage, and crit hit chance. Extended magazine, crit hit chance, rate of fire, magazine size. The grip has crit hit damage, stability, and optimal range. Large FDE suppressor has crit hit damage, crit hit chance, and headshot damage. Now I'll go over the secondary, I guess, Harmful and Golden Rhino, since this is the only pistol I've been using on this build, and personally, this isn't important. If you want to run a sawed-off shotgun, you're going to have it rolled like with Talented, Competent, and probably Determined. But if you want Determined, try getting it in the last slot and throwing on a sawed-off just to run it. Or try getting it in the last talent on, like, for example, a Lightweight M4 that has it, then you'd be good. So I guess you could run something like Talented, Competent, and Determined, but I don't have luck with weapons like that, so that's what I'm running. The chest piece is rolled for electronics, skill haste, health, and increased kill XP. I wish I had ammo capacity, but I don't. The mods are 2 electronics health mods. Before you guys say anything, I know I can get my skill power up higher. I just have shit luck and cannot get the skill power mods with electronics on them. I've been crafting all week and been farming the Darkstone. I just cannot get one, and there's none for sale this week. The mask is rolled for electronics. Skill power, which is not up all the way. It's still missing a few points on it, but I will optimize it this weekend. It has a skill power mod, which I did get lucky enough to get this one in the Darkstone a while ago, so I do have this one. It's only 247, but it works. It gets my skill power up a decent amount. If you're using a health one, as you guys can see, it doesn't drop that much, but I've been trying to get as much skill power as I can possible. The Kneepads are rolled for skill power, electronics, blind, discernment, resistance, and shock. Skill haste mod and a 2% pulse crit hit damage mod. And this one is, skill haste is pretty good. If you want to get your skills back insanely fast, I'd recommend running all skill haste mods instead of electronic mods with skill power or health. The backpack is inventive, which I think is very important with this build. Increase skill power by 15% while at full health. So say you go into combat and someone's fighting you, you don't get shot and your buddies are fighting. You could run out and hit a pulse or hit a defib and your skill power will be increased by 15%. It's rolled for skill power and 53% ammo capacity. The mod on this is a skill power mod and 2 pulse crit hit chance mods. The gloves are rolled for skill haste, crit hit damage, and SMG damage, and electronics. I've been trying to roll the SMG damage off. I will do that today. It's just on there currently at the moment because I'm still tweaking this build just a tiny bit, but it's just about done. There's a few tiny changes I need to make. Skill haste, like I said, is very important if you want to get your skills back quicker. The holster is rolled for skill haste and all talents, or all stats, my bad, and a pulse crit chance mod. I'll go right into the abilities so you guys can see it for yourself. 49% crit hit chance and 60% damage. You could get this up to 50 and 50 if you really wanted to. I had it to begin with, but I didn't think that was I didn't think having 52% crit hit chance was, necessary, so I toned it down just a little bit and went with a few, or with crit damage just a little bit more. I think I had one mod on there that gave me a little bit more, so I went a little bit more crit hit damage than crit hit chance. But if you want to use, get more crit damage and crit hit chance, use this one right here. You'll get your, or if you want even, I guess, you could use this one and have 57 and 53, that way you're hitting it both. Or you could run this one and have 59 and 45. But this one, personally, is the one I use. Damage increase when attacking any hostile targets identified by the pulse. So when you go into combat, you can hit this and it hits the agents and your teammates can do a lot of damage to them. Now, the next thing is the defib. As you guys can see, I'm running the defib not overdose. Mostly that's because I can revive my teammates while they're on the ground. And the ally heal is insane, 394,000 HP, and the self heal is 221,000. I could get this up higher if I had higher skill power, like 10,000, it'd be up just a little bit more. But I think that's a decent amount, and that's enough. 394 is a pretty big number, so I think this is probably one of the best defibs in the game you can get, especially for a team-based build. I will show you guys the overdose so you guys can see, and the booster if you're curious what the HP does. Here's the shitty one if you guys want to see that as well. Not sure why, but I will show you guys all the options just to get them out of the way. The talents I'm running on this at the moment are Critical Save, Combat Medic, Strike Back, which Strike Back I think is very important when you're almost dead, because this build is very squishy. I mean, extremely squishy. So when you're almost dead, your booster shot will come back, or your booster, your overdose, your defib, whatever, will come back a lot quicker. That way you can hit that thing immediately and get your health back so you're not dead. The next talent is Death by Proxy. So if you do shoot someone's box while, say, you're in combat and you have a good AR and you have a good shot on a box that someone's in, you could blow up their box, and this will increase your skill power by 20%. And that should actually increase your pulse as well, so your pulse could actually be hitting a lot harder if you haven't procced it yet. Say you shoot the box and hit your pulse will actually be a little bit stronger. I'll go over a few other things real quick before I end this video. I'll show you guys the crit chance, which is 9% and 95% crit damage. Like I said, this build is not made for face tanking or DPS or taking down people. This is a strictly support build that will help your team. As you guys can see, I'll show you the skill haste is 48%, 435,000 skill power, and the health is 219,000. This build is insanely squishy, so I recommend do not run up in someone's face with this build because you're going to get destroyed. The EDR in this build is there's none, as you guys can see, and the all damage resilience is none. So if you get hit by Pred Bleed, you guys are going to get destroyed. So I'd recommend having someone with a box behind you. That way, if you get hit by it, the bleed will not affect you as much, and it'll be gone. One thing I will note with this build is if they see you running this pulse and notice they're getting hit this hard and see you running these bright ass blue colors, they're going to know you're running a pulse build and they will target you first. I did have this a lot last night. I will show you guys the gameplay of the pulse hitting other targets. Mostly it's going to be, you guys will see my teammates hit them, but you will see how hard they kill the players when they get hit by the pulse. But I will know you guys, when they see you with this pulse, they're going to go for you immediately. So I recommend staying a good distance away from your teammates, just a little bit behind cover, and let them fight the guys, or let them stay in front of you and have boxes. That way they can have the box and the Pred Bleed won't hit you, and you could sit there and use your defib and heal them. And if they go down, you could shoot it and heal them up as well, and they'll be rezzed. Also, another thing to note on this build is weapon talents, like I said, are very strict, so I'd recommend keeping any skill powerhouses you come across in the future if you want to run a pulse build like this. So I wouldn't throw out that one, oh, this one is competent and skilled. Sadly, I had one that had competent and determined on it, and I threw it out like a dipshit, so don't do that. That's really about it for this video, guys. There's not much else to talk about besides this is maybe I guess you get a pure pulse damage build if you guys want to hit people for harder crits and have your teammates just insanely melt them. A combination I will also say with this is Reclaimer, Tactician, and if you have something like a Banshee or a Nomad with you, or a Lone Star, those builds. So I'd have 2 DPS and 2 skill power builds, and that way you can just destroy the server. Because in this patch, no one's using Striker, so you can actually use a few other builds besides just the super meta, which was being used. But I will also say that shields are around now, and Predator, so you'll have to deal with those as well because they're going to be right in your face. So using this pulse will be a lot easier than trying to face tank the dudes. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, I will catch you guys later in the next one.